Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight, as promised, we're going to be doing a story suggestion from Jax. I did a little interview with Jax and Rowan last week, and we made Rowan's story idea, but now it's time to make Jax's. Let's check it out.
So, there's a shark that you have the costume tree. There's a costume tree, and then there's a shark costume, and you need to help a shark that you need to save a shark from a monster that's gonna eat the shark.
Oh, so a magic costume tree episode with a shark costume, sorry. And you use it, I guess it gives you like shark powers or something like that, and then you save another shark from a monster.
Yeah.
That's a fun idea.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the idea we're going to do today. Now, part of me is putting this on right now because I actually want more magic costume tree ideas. We're coming up to October here, folks. We're coming up to time to, get some Halloween costumes, and I want to know what sort of costumes you'd like to see in the Magic Costume Tree episode, because I will be doing a lot of those in October. Fair warning given. But now, get as comfy as you can in that bed, close your eyes, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. You wake up in the morning. It's a pretty normal morning at your house. You stretch your arms and legs, get dressed for the day, and then head out towards the living room. And that's where you hear the TV on. This just in. We have received word that there is some sort of strange accumulation of trash in the ocean. Now, you might be thinking, that's not strange. We know there's tons of trash in the ocean. But what is strange is how this trash is working. Let's take a look. The view on the screen switches to a helicopter that's recording a strange scene from the ocean. Garbage seems to have accumulated together into some sort of sentient monster. A garbage monster. The garbage seems to have come to life, as you can see, and is currently attacking everything in sight. Boats, people, and particularly ocean wildlife. Watching the image from the helicopter, you see the garbage attacking all sorts of wildlife. Dolphins, fish, and even one very scared-looking shark that's currently being, kind of surrounded and held back by gigantic arms made of garbage. Oh no, I wish I could help, you think to yourself. And then you feel a very strange sensation. You quickly run outside, knowing that you felt this sensation before. It's that same feeling of strangeness and magic you get every time the magic costume tree appears. As you run outside, you look left, you look right, but all you see is just, the normal stuff around your home. Until you turn behind you, and suddenly you find yourself in a large opening with a gigantic old tree standing in front of you. A tree with a door on it. You walk up to the tree, open up the door, and step inside. As usual, The tree is filled with costumes of all different kinds, all different shapes and sizes on racks that go all the way up the inside of the trunk. And, as usual, the tree seems to have selected a special costume just for you. The others are swiped to the side, and a light is shining directly on it. A costume of, well, a shark. You go pull the costume off of the rack. You take it out of the hanger, put the hanger back on the rack for safekeeping, and unzip the front of the thing. It looks kind of large and clunky, but, well, you're excited to see exactly what it can do. You step inside, zip it up, and a tingling sensation passes through your body as the costume kind of adheres itself directly to you. A surge of power passes through your limbs. Your muscles suddenly enlarge and pump up. It must be some sort of shark super strength. You have a sense that you have other powers too. There's something about the teeth surrounding your face. You look to the side of the costume tree wall, focus on a specific part, and the teeth fire directly at it, embedding themselves in the side of the magic costume tree. Oops, you say. You didn't really mean to break such an old and ancient tree. The tree glows where the teeth hit it, and it starts to repair itself. The teeth fall out, and the holes cover themselves with a sort of magic glow. Oh, okay then. You sense that the suit has other powers too, water-related powers. You can just imagine yourself flying quickly through the water, jumping in the air, and maybe even controlling the water itself. You run outside excited to get going with such a power, and you realize that you're nowhere near water, at least not yet. You attempt to jump up into the air and allow water to sweep you away, but nothing happens, and you just sort of fall face first onto the ground. You begin to run. It's sort of tiring, though the super strength helps out, and you're pretty sure you have a hint of super speed as well, though that will probably be more obvious in the water. You run past people who look at you strangely in your shark costume. You just sort of wave and give them little mini salutes as you pass by. Before long, you do eventually come to a little river. Perfect, you think. You jump up into the air, dive into the river, and suddenly your body is filled with even more power. By just thinking about it, you shoot forward in the water at the speed of a torpedo. And something's different about your vision, too. You can see everything in the water as clear as day, and you're pretty sure you can sense things, too. It's not clear if it's an increased sense of smell or some sort of perception of electromagnetic fields, but you can feel and see or sense every single fish and every single living creature around you. No wonder sharks are such good hunters. You blast through the water, and, on a whim, you shoot yourself up out of the river, a stream of water pushing you upwards like a rocket. You arc down and splash in again. You can feel the water, too, as if it will follow your command. You fly through the river, down further and further, until eventually you come to the ocean, a gigantic body of water that, as you hit it, seems to give you an even better sense of power. Must be the salt water or something. Sharks like salt water. You continue forward at blistering speeds, jumping in and out of the ocean, moving as quickly as you can towards the scene you saw on the news. Soon, you feel and sense the helicopter above and all the people watching from the shore, and the strange signature of, well, the garbage monster or whatever it is. You stop swimming and poke your head up out of the water. Sure enough, you're in the right place. A gigantic garbage monster, made mostly out of plastics, is still attacking the poor little shark. The shark is trying to swim and get away, but it doesn't seem able to. It's up to you to save the thing. You swim forward as quickly as you can, jump out of the water, and aim your teeth towards the creature. You fire your teeth, and all at once they blast forward and smash into the huge pile of plastic, bursting holes in it and, well, not really doing much else. The creature notices you, though. It makes a strange, screeching sound, kind of like the sound of plastic scraping against other plastic. Then it barrels towards you. You simply follow your instincts. You start to spin around in the water, shoot out, and blast through the creature, along with a gigantic stream of water. It blows a hole in the creature, and some of the plastic flies off to the side. It didn't really hurt it, but it did make it smaller. You turn to face the creature, and the creature, well, sort of reforms itself to face you, though you can't tell if it has any eyes. It's really just a big clump of plastic with arms and stuff. It shoots a stream of plastic garbage towards you, and your shark speed cuts in. It's as if the garbage is moving very slowly. You quickly dodge to the side, command the water, and shoot a stream of water towards the creature. Again, it blasts some of the plastic apart, but not enough to make a huge difference. This battle continues like that for a while, the creature attacking you, you dodging, and hitting it with a blast of water. You're gonna need something more if you hope to get rid of this thing forever. You're gonna need help. And as soon as you think about that, you feel creatures move towards you. You look to your left and look to your right, and sure enough, a team of sharks is staring back at you, though you're not afraid of them at all because somehow you feel that they're linked to your mind, linked to your thoughts, following your every command. And so you give them a command to attack. All at once, you and the other sharks fly forward and begin jumping towards the garbage, smashing it apart bit by bit, spreading it out so it can't possibly form itself back together again. And the creature gets smaller. It seems that by moving the garbage away from its core, it gets weaker and, well, the garbage seems to sort of lose its connection to the creature, no longer becoming sentient. You have an even better idea. It's time to get rid of this garbage once and for all, to get it straight out of the ocean. You command the other sharks to follow you. They start swimming around the creature in circles. Using your command of water, you start moving them faster and faster, moving the water with them. The water spins around, creating a gigantic underwater whirlpool of some kind. The whirlpool starts spinning the creature around and around and around until it gets sucked into the middle. The garbage splits apart and starts to move around the whirlpool as well. You see that up on land, there seems to be a whole bunch of sea crates, the kind of crates used to transport things. A bunch of them are currently open and empty. You focus the water into a stream and blast it, along with the garbage, up out of the ocean and into the sea crates. One by one, the crates fill up with garbage. You use the water to shoot you up and out of it. You land gracefully on land, and one by one, you shut the sea crates, locking them and the garbage safely away. You watch as the crowd of people cheer. You run back to the water, dive in, and you're met by all of the sharks. "Thank you," you hear their voices say in your head. But you sense that something's still wrong. "What is it?" you ask. You still seem worried. "Yes," the voices say back. "This has only temporarily solved the problem. There are those dumping the garbage in the ocean. It is only a matter of time before this happens again." "What? Show me," you say. "Yes," they answer, and the group of sharks swim deeper into the ocean. You follow behind them, effortlessly blasting through the water. You go quite a distance until you eventually pop back out, right in front of a gigantic garbage patch. A patch of swirling cans and bottles and plastic that honestly makes up an area that could be an island, a really big island. "This is where it ends up. The ships come and they just dump it here. It is wrecking our environment. Fish are getting caught in the plastic. Some animals are even eating it." And right on cue, a gigantic cargo ship starts to pull into the area. "That is one of the main ones," they say. "That ship comes multiple times a week and dumps all of its trash here," the sharks say, using your strange telepathic shark connection. "Well, not today," you respond. You duck under the water, communicate to the other sharks your plan, and blast towards the ship. You shoot out of the water, using a stream to push you upwards, and land on the deck of the ship. All of the people working on it look at you, super confused. It takes them a while to register exactly what's going on. Some kid in a shark costume just blasted out of the middle of the ocean and landed on their ship. It's just not something they see every day. You reach into the costume using your mind, and you activate another power, one you kind of knew was there but weren't willing to use before. Shark fear. It's not something you can see, but it's something that others can immediately feel. You give off a pure sense of, well, terror. You watch as the people running the ship suddenly go from confused to terrified. They start to shake. They start to cower down to the ground and curl up in bars. And then they start to react. One of them runs to a gigantic water hose, one that could be used to put out fires or potentially fend off against pirates. The water blasts towards you at incredible speed, enough to knock any normal human off of the ship and into the water. But as it hits you, it just kind of feels like it gives you more power. You feel the water, you hold the water, and you command the water to reverse. The water stops shooting towards you, and somehow shoots back towards the hose. The hose bulges and then explodes. The people on the ship become even more afraid as you begin to walk up towards the bridge, towards the command center of the ship. The people continue to run and hide and cower in corners. Some of them think about jumping off the side of the ship, but when they look overboard, they see a whole school of sharks surrounding it, looking up as if they're hopeful that they'll jump in. You walk up the stairs until you come to a large metal door that makes its way into the bridge of the ship. You reach your fist back and punch the door as hard as you can, using your shark strength. The door blasts off its hinges and crashes to the ground inside. You enter the bridge of the ship, and you unleash even more shark fear. We're sorry, the captain of the ship says, shivering and cowering in the corner. Please don't hurt us. Well, I don't plan on hurting anyone, you say. I'm just a kid. But if you keep pouring all of this garbage into the ocean, I will be back. Find somewhere else for all of this. We will. I'll never be back again, the man says. Please just let us go. And with that, you walk out of the bridge of the ship, down the steps and past all of the very scared cargo working crew. You jump off of the ship and back into the ocean. Then you call on the ocean itself. You call on the water to become a gigantic wave. It builds up slowly, pushing past you, and then gets more and more and more powerful until it becomes a gigantic wave. You command the wave to hit the ship and push it far, far away. And sure enough, it does. It crashes into the gigantic shipping container and starts moving it away from the area at incredible speed. Well, that's probably the best we can do for now, you say to the other sharks. Thank you, the sharks say, and then they swim away. You're not sure if you've actually solved the problem once and for all, but hopefully you've helped. Hopefully you've stopped any more sentient garbage creatures from being created anyways. You blast back through the water until you come back to the shore. You find the same river that led you down, and you follow it upward until it reaches as close as you can get to your house. You blast out of the water, land on the ground, and you start to feel a strange tugging sensation from your costume. The costume, with you in it, lifts up off of the ground, floating in the air. It moves high above the world and floats gently until you get back towards where you first found the costume tree near your home. You descend down towards the tree, the door to the costume tree opens up, and you float inside. You're placed gently on the ground as the costume unzips itself and, well, flies off of you, hanging itself up on the rack. I guess my need for this is over, you say. Well, thank you, costume tree. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. You exit the tree, and the door closes behind you. You walk into the distance, and when you look back, the tree is gone, replaced by your home. You enter back inside, head directly to your bedroom, exhausted from being a superpowered shark and scaring off, well, garbage people. You lay down in your bed, pull the covers up over top of yourself, and allow your head to hit the pillow. You're still feeling a little tense about the whole garbage situation, so you take a deep breath, and as you let it out, your body sinks down into the mattress. You allow the muscles in your legs to relax, the muscles in your arms to relax, and with each breath you just let go of any more tension you have. Soon, it feels like you're laying on a soft, fluffy cloud. You close your heavy eyes, and your mind gently drifts off to thoughts of new dreams, new costumes, and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.